Hello everyone and welcome to another Talking Geeky Stuff with me, Tenchi, and today's topic is what happened to Konami. So Konami, just a couple of years ago celebrated their 50th anniversary and I decided to talk about today. Reason why is I just found out that Konami has pulled out of this year's E3 2021. I was actually looking forward to Konami in E3 because they said they had a lot of things to announce and really looking forward to it. Of course, they pulled out and they gave some reason about marketing things not ready, certain things not ready, which is fine because I'd rather them do a good presentation than half-assed ones, right? But anyway, back to the point is what happened to Konami. Because if any of you follow some of my videos, especially those video games videos, say that 5 times, is I'm a little bit older than most of you probably. And from the NES to now, Konami has always been one of my favorite companies back then. Probably not so much in the last 15 years now, but back then they were a great company with some great franchises. So, and I can see them slowly maybe coming back a little bit. So I was really eagerly waiting to see what they announced. But hey, they are gonna announce whatever there was gonna announce in due time. And Konami, like I said earlier, they made some amazing games that had some top franchises that I grew up with. And some of the franchises here, the top 8 that are, in my opinion, the best Konami franchises. Starting with Contra. I remember I played Contra on the NES. I didn't mind it, but the Contra that got me was on the Super Nintendo, Super Contra. Or in the UK, for some bizarre reason, they changed the characters to kind of robots or androids or whatever they are. What was it called? Super Protector Bot or something like that. They changed the name, and they laughed at me. I can't remember why. But anyway, I was happy because I was lucky to have I had a Japanese console and the UK console, Super Nintendo, so I imported it. So I played Contra as it was intended to. That was one of the best sideways scrollers of that time, one of my favorites. It was a tough game though. And then moving on to Silent Hill. That a lot of people say I liked it. I would say that I prefer Resident Evil series more. But Silent Hill was great. I think Silent Hill offered something a little bit different where Resident Evil kind of more action. Well, except for maybe 7. But Resident Evil was more action. But Silent Hill was more like those horror films where you get the Jason, the Michael Myers kind of films. That's more like the Resident Evil. Fast pace in your face, killing. But Silent Hill was more like your Conjuring, the Ring, that kind of horror, which is great. It gave me like an eerie feel. And then there's been this ongoing rumor that a new Silent Hill is coming out, which I was hoping that Konami would announce in the E3 presentation, but don't give a hope. I do feel that Konami does have something up the sleeves with Silent Hill. Moving on to Bomberman. I used to love that game on Super Nintendo. Me and my brothers, my friends, sometimes my cousins would come around. We had the extra adapter, so we can actually plug in 4 controllers to play that. It led to some arguments. Almost, I think that sometimes you can. It's fun because you can have 3-on-1, but gang up on each other. But it was fun to get led to some friendly arguments. And one of my favorite franchises on the list is Castlevania. Love those games, especially Super Castlevania for the Super Nintendo. That was, definitely one of the best ones. I mean, it was that good. I mean, kind of has his own genre named after it, that and Metroidvania. So you must be doing something right if you have a genre that's named after you, right, or co-named after you. Then we move on to the Zone of Enders, and it's a series I kind of got into during the PlayStation 2 era, because I'm a big mech fan. I love Gundam, Macross, Transformers, so I love all that kind of mech style. And I've always found, I don't know why, but Japanese seem to design the mechs the best. And of course, you had a spin-off anime series. Was it a couple of series, I think? And of course, I recently purchased the remake for the PS4, which I have yet to play. So I need to. I got so many games, so don't know when I play, but I'll get a chance to play that. And of course, another one, my favorite, is Metal Gear Solid. So, played the I don't think I played the original Metal Gear on the NES when it first came out. I played it later on in life, of course, but of course by that time it wasn't that good, because by that time I've already played Metal Gear Solid on the PS1 and remakes and so on. So my first proper introduction to it was PlayStation 1, which I thought it was definitely one of the best PlayStation games of that time. But I actually prefer the remake Twin Snake on the GameCube. I had it on the GameCube, and I don't know what happened to it. It just disappeared. Can't remember the life of me. I sold it or gave it to someone, borrowed it, or I don't know what happened to it. And now it's worth a lot of money. Not that I was selling it, of course. I mean, big fan of Metal Gear. So Twin Snake is definitely one of my favorite ones. The remake it was. I want them to remake that as well. But if you talk about series wise, I would say Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater was another good one. I mean, on the PS2 you had Metal Gear 2, Sons of Liberty, and Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. Snake Eater was definitely the better one, especially a boss fight with the old guy. What's his name? The End? I like that. And then I want them to bring back Gradius, good old fashioned shoot 'em up game. Not shoot 'em up, kind of like a spaceship. Like Gradius, you had R-Type, that kind of shoot 'em up game. So Gradius, R-Type, Ikaruga for the GameCube, which I've lost somewhere, and I wish I had it. I can't remember where it's gone. That's another story. I want them to bring that back. And I can't pronounce that word. Sudoku Gen? What? Anyway, I'm not even going to attempt to try to pronounce that. I want them to bring that back as well. I can't remember which one I played last. That's how long ago it was. So these are the 8 franchises that Konami needs to do something about. I mean, I know we got Bomberman on the Switch, which is great fun game. Castlevania, we got the box set, which I'm thinking again, and of course the Castlevania Netflix show. I don't think they just got renewed for a 4th season, which I'm looking forward to. But they definitely got to do something. I mean, it's heavily rumored of a Silent Hill, and I do think there is something with that Silent Hill. Metal Gear Solid. I don't know how they're going to do that without without Kojima. Try to pronounce his first name. Hideo. If you don't know, I have issue with pronouncing, especially Japanese names. But I don't know what to do with Metal Gear without Kojima. But I definitely want them to I don't know, I want to see a new Silent Hill, a new Contra. The crappy one they just recently released on the Switch. My god, that was bad. I got it for a day, sent it right back to Amazon. It was that bad. But I got the Contra collection on the eShop, which was great. And Castlevania, they need to do that as well. I'm hoping for, to be honest with you, I didn't mind the 3D ones, but I prefer the 2D ones. Want them to come in, maybe even remake Super Castlevania. Well, anyway, so what happened to Konami? What did they do? What do they do now? I mean, they were one of my favorite developers growing up, but what happened to them in the last 15 years or so? This is what happened. They went on to make pachinko machines, kind of like slot machine gambling. I'm not even sure you can call gambling. You know, when I was in Japan, I saw a lot of them. You know what? It is big business over there, and they are making so much money on these machines. So, from a business point of view, I can kind of understand why they do that, because, you know, it's making them money. This is their bread and butter now. So, why spend time, resources making a game that may take 2 years, 3 years, then you put money in advertising it, and then you may not make the budget back. You know, nowadays making games, especially with all this new technology, an average game from a decent sized company is about as much as a average movie, you know, and there's no guarantee of making money back. I mean, just take example like Sony Japan Studios. I mean, Sony had to close them down because they wasn't making money. You know, they made some really good games, you know, good reviewed, you know, good graphics, good gameplay, but it just didn't make enough money. So they, you know, Sony took the decision to close them off. So I can understand Konami on that train of thought, because, you know, you really want to spend 2, 3 years, maybe 4 years developing, that costs you what? Somewhere between 30, 40, $50 million, and not sure if you make it back. And then you got this business pachinko machine that is making you money every day, is a surefire hit. Would you want to transfer the resources over and take that chance again? I think they do want to come back. That's why they're easing in slowly. So don't expect him to say, hey, we got 10 games announced in E3. So I think they're slowly easing back in a couple of games here just to test the waters and see how it goes. Anyway, please give this video a like if you, of course, like this video. And let me know, how would you like Konami to come back? And what game would you like to see them do? Me personally, I'd like to see a new Castlevania. Maybe preferably a 2D, but I'd be fine with a 3D game. And also, I want to know if they're ever going to do a full-on Metal Gear Solid, you know, even though without Kojima. But anyway, that'll probably be another story for another day. Anyway, thank you. Please consider subscribing for more talking geeky stuff. Anyway, I'd like to say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world. And please stay safe. Until next time, goodbye.